Yeah, huge day for the Rebels, but also a huge day for the Ronald McDonald House charity. So this is the third year we've been doing this event, and we've probably raised close to $10,000 over those 3 years. So big day, not only for the charity and the Rebels, but also the players, because they're playing in front of their families, their sponsors, their players' sponsors, and the friends of the Rebels, everyone that supports us. We'd like to support them on holding a really good day. Yeah, basically we've got a young boy named Jet. Jet's going to be the Rebels contract player for the day. So he's a boy that's been involved with the Ronald McDonald House charities. He's been sick and family's been living there when he's been in hospital and things like that. So he's going to be doing the warm-ups. He's going to be involved with on the coaching side of it, as in sitting in the coach's box, team meetings, getting really involved with the Rebels, give him a really good experience after a pretty hard time he's endured over the last 2 years. But also raising some money through auction items, raffles, to hopefully give some more money to the charity so we can look after sick kids and also their families if they need a place to stay overnight, not just in Melbourne, but hopefully in the future, a house in Ballarat.
My name is Melinda. My son is Jet. He's now 10 years old. At 1 year of age, we were told the news that Jet couldn't move half of his face, and that was a permanent injury and nothing could be done about it. Dr. Chris just calls it a third, a seventh and fifth cranial nerve palsy, so he can't move any of his oculomotor nerve on one side of his face, or his fifth nerve, which is all your jaw, and his seventh nerve, which is all your facial expressions, essentially. So he can't do any facial expressions on one side of his face. So that obviously means he's got problems with eyesight, saliva management, because he can't hold in dribble. So that's resulted in a lot of bullying and, yeah.
You stayed at Ronald McDonald House, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
How did that help you?
Well, I'll start crying. Because I've got two other children, it was such a huge operation Jet had. He had all his nerves and muscles moved from one side of the face to the other, so every single blood vessel, every single nerve had to be moved and stitched up. That's a 12-hour operation, and with his recovery, it was obviously longer than the 7 days he was in hospital, but I wouldn't have been able to be there. I'm an adoptee of the closed adoption era. My adoptive mother died when I was 3. We have no family, essentially, so there was nowhere I could stick the other kids. So effectively I wouldn't have been able to be there for him on a daily basis, and that would have broken Jet's heart, because we've always been together and stuck together through everything, and he wouldn't have coped at all well if Mum hadn't been able to be there. So to see his son in that condition and be able to actually then go back to a place where other parents are going through even more than what you're experiencing, it's just such a blessing to hear their stories, because that's a comfort to you as well. So that's the other great part. It's not just the accommodation, it's being able to be around people who are going through the same experiences as yourself.
For those that don't know me, my name's Phil Partington. I'm the AFL Victoria Talent Manager for the Western Region that oversees the Rebels program. And on behalf of the Rebels and AFL Victoria, I'd just like to welcome everyone here today for our Friends of the Rebels Day and our Ronald McDonald House Charity Day. This is the third year we've done our Charity Day, and over the last 3 years we've raised close to $10,000 to the charity. So we'll speak more about the charity shortly, but
On behalf of the North Ballarat Rebels, we'd like to present this cheque for $3,000 to Ronald McDonald House Charities for all the terrific work they do.
Yeah, it is a big day. We've had the Ballarat Rebels come down and present us with a cheque, and not only today, but they've been in the past seasons have supported the house and the families, so we really appreciate that. You know, it's young people in the community supporting our families and also very interested in footy and like to know what's going on, and you know, even a lot of families from that region that use the facilities at Ronald McDonald House, use the learning program, use our retreats. So it's a good mix, and we really appreciate the support from the Ballarat Rebels.
Yeah, when you think about the number of people who have been beneficiaries of this particular concept, it's extraordinary. So, you know, I'm a father myself. I've got 3 children, and some of the toughest times you ever have are when your children aren't well. And sometimes you don't need a lot of help, but just to be able to get an extension of help can mean an enormous amount as a parent if you have a sick child. Now, I've been fortunate that none of my children have been seriously sick, but I've had very good friends who have had a very, very sick child, and concepts like the Ronald McDonald House is a great benefit for people who are having a very, very difficult and stressful time.
Look, we've been a partner with the Rebels for going back for like 5 or 6 years now, and we're just you know, our I suppose our association and our partnership's just getting stronger and stronger, and you know, organising a charity a day like today is just I guess one of those a step forward, you know, in ensuring our partnership continues to be strong, and yeah.
Yeah, the amount of self-esteem this has given to my son, I cannot thank the Rebels and Ronald McDonald House enough for doing this for my son, and it has meant the world to him. And that quote says it all. People will start seeing me as a person now. I mean, you could have saved his life in terms of turning around his mental health and his self-esteem. I mean, that's how much of a difference this has made for him. So thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means the world.